I think you hit it perfectly when you said there's nothing less desirable than a Google checking account, which is
Well, I asked it rhetorically. Is there anything less desirable than a Google checking account? Google, I would like to let you into my medical records, also my financial records.
yeah.
What else? I mean, I'm a little iffy with just letting them play my music.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm not iffy about, Paul?
No.
Today's sponsor is Smart Deploy. Here we go. With Smart Deploy, you can deploy images, applications, and scripts over your existing network or the cloud. Claim your free Smart Deploy licenses worth over $700 at smartdeploy.com/Thurrott. That's what's going to be great here, Paul. And this is the brilliant Google solution. Is they're gonna, for those who aren't aware, Google's apparently working with banks to help you open checking accounts.
Oh, no. This was invented without banks, just like Apple, Brad. This is just
until those algorithms start
invented out of the mist.
Until those algorithms start segmenting a certain demographic, then it's all the banks. But anyway, so Google's making banking accounts, whatever. Here's going to be the great part, Paul. You're going to be browsing the internet. You're going to be browsing that stuff, and you're going to be on Best Buy, and it's going to be a nice TV, like a $1,700 OLED TV, 65 inches, all the features, and there's going to be an ad on that right side that says, "Hey, why don't you put your Fitbit on?
Walk your $65 in your savings account."
It's going to be worse than that. It's going to say, "Hey, put your Fitbit on and walk your cheap butt to the bank and put some dollars in there so you can afford this thing."
Yikes.
Because they'll know if you can walk to the bank.
You just go to store.google.com and it's like, we threw a pixel in your your checkout basket there. Click here to say no.
Yeah. How are you going to afford that there, Chief?
Oh boy. I don't know. I wrote about this. Google has this weird disconnect, I think, when it comes to trust. If you paid attention to the language they used at this most recent hardware event, they really amped it up. They did something similar last year, but not as much of it. But they were talking, they're speaking as if they're unaware that there are antitrust regulatory bodies around the world looking at them right now because of all their rampant privacy abuses. And it's like, the company you trust, it's like we create the devices that are helpful. And it's like, you are an invasive anti-piracy juggernaut. I mean, do you really not see that?
I mean, the only way this could get worse is if Facebook introduced some sort of payment transaction yesterday tool to compete with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay. Right. Now we have Facebook Pay because, Facebook doesn't.
Yeah. In the wake of the success of their cryptocurrency, we thought we would introduce a Stripe/PayPal competitor or whatever.
Yeah. I feel like Google and Facebook, like Mark and those guys, they all went out drinking and be like, let's see who can piss into the wind the most here. And here we go. They're competing with
It really requires an element of a suspension of belief, to believe that you could possibly offer anything like this and that people would want it. It's like, I'd like a thing that would let me communicate with people that I care about. But I want it to be a Facebook thing.
Yeah.
There are no people like that. They don't exist.
I often wonder if it's like in the US where Chromebooks are big, then outside the world nothing happens. But in the inverse, is Facebook portal huge in some part of the world, like WhatsApp is, but not in the US. But I haven't heard many people saying portal, the Facebook thing, is their go-to method.
Their tagline should be Facebook portal for the people who miss web TV.
The problem is most of the people who know about web TV probably had no idea.
Are dead.
or are either dead, they're not buying Portal. I think we're talking about two separate silos of a demographic.
My trusting of Microsoft in the 1990s really worked out. What tech giant should I trust today?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's some monetary things going on.
Speaking of monetary things, Apple today is about to announce a $2,500 and up laptop.
Is it really going to be that much?
$2,400, I think, is the base price. Yeah.
No, I hope not. No,
that's true. 16-inch. It's going to replace the 15-inch.
Wow.
Yeah, that's according to Mark Gurman, I guess, Bloomberg.
I hadn't seen the price, but that's
a
spicy meatball.
That's a lot of Facebook bucks. Google, do I have enough? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
no kidding. Could you be seriously like, hey, Google, like,
No, it just says no. It doesn't even let you get to the question. We know you're browsing the Apple website. No.
do I have
You
enough
cannot
dollar
afford
dues
it.
to pay them work? Nope. Oh, buddy.
Nope. I mean, and maybe if you stop paying for your kid's college education, you could look into that.
It's gonna start doing things like, hey, maybe you should consider driving for Uber. Maybe,
Right,
you
right,
know,
right.
Make a couple extra bucks instead of spending all your bucks.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be knee jerking it on the new MacBook Pro. I
That's
can tell you that.
unfortunate. I enjoy watching you make expensive
Bad
purchases.
financial decisions. Oh boy.
I always joke, but sort of serious. The day that I can go to my mortgage company and drop off a basket of laptops will be a good day, but that day has yet to arrive.
I know. Yeah, the barter system would be nice. I can see in my office alone a mortgage payment's worth of trade-in value.
Toss in a couple pen loops, you got yourself a deal.
Yep.
Got yourself a deal.
I've got these Xbox Live Gold cards. How much? What do you think?
You just throw
30
down
bucks?
like 64
I
two-week
just like
trials.
it's just a bunch of cards falling on the table. I think that will cover this month.
Yeah, I sort of got the
It's
camera
like
back.
watching Mark Rosinovich not paying for wine.
This
like,
was a great story, by the way.
I'm aware of how things work. Will this handle the?
So
You know.
we were at a developer meetup. It was Tuesday night, and it was late in the evening, and Mark Rosinovich showed up, which was great. He's a good guy, very knowledgeable
great
person. And he walks up to the bar, grabs a glass of wine, and sits down, and the bartender comes like trotting over.
No, not the bartender, Brad. There was no bartender. That was the beauty of it. He walked to an empty bar. The guy who came over was a security guard. He actually had one of those earpiece things in with the little, curly cute thing. Yeah. So here's the end game. This is why this is beautiful. Other than the obvious, Mark thought it was one of those industry events where everything's paid for, right? Which is totally cool. Had there been a line of glasses of wine up on the bar, or had a bartender actually handed him a glass of wine, this might have been understandable. But there was no one there, Brad. He just helped himself to it. And I was like, what world, what bubble do you live in, Mark? Where you think everything is just... And then, of course, he fished some money. You could tell he was just like, I don't know how much things cost. Just,
How do I make this
is
go
this
away?
enough? It was funny.
Yep. So we got to see Mark Rosinovich hassled by security for not paying for a glass of wine while sitting next to a bunch of press, which was
Right. It was really funny.
It was great. It was great. Other things that are great, Paul. 1909 did ship yesterday. If you click your
Blink if you missed it, because my God,
yeah,
it's the smallest imaginable cumulative update. Like you have to reboot, but it just installs instantly.
yeah, it took less than 5 minutes from clicking download. It was installed, and it says please restart, and you restart, and then you're like, what's new? And then you kind of look, and you're like, there's not a...
So I don't know, Brad, if you did
Yep.
this across your computers, but there was, aside from that, which is obviously the biggest difference of all between this release and previous so-called feature updates. But really, well, as big of a change, we'll call it. I believe it just kind of went out to everybody.
Yeah,
I
don't think they're too worried about this one.
Well, there were Surface devices in the past that didn't get certain versions of Windows 10 for many months.
I'm
in
looking
some
right now
cases.
on this one.
I think it went out to everything, pretty much.
Oh no, I have a cumulative update for 1903.
Yeah, so you have to reboot, and then after you install that, you'll get 1909.
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked on not every machine, but on a bunch of machines, and I pretty much got it everywhere. Surface devices, the NUC got it, just about everywhere.
Yeah, there's not a lot in this.
No. There are two. There are two things I can tell you off the top of my head that you'll notice. That you might notice if you click on the date and time in the lower right of the taskbar. There's kind of a flyout that appears, and it lets you add an event or reminder. If you start typing in that, I'm sorry, in previous versions of Windows 10, you just got a plus sign, and what it would do would open a new window, a new calendar app window, and it would let you do it there. That's one. And then the other one is if you open the start menu and you mouse over that little navigation pane that's down in the lower left, It's the thing that has your picture in it, documents, pictures, settings, and power. You actually get, it actually slides out from there for some reason. Oh, just so you can see the words. So in other words, it's just icons by default. But as you power mouse over them, you'll see it will say, in my case, Paul, documents, pictures, settings, and power. So you can tell what each one of those things is. And there you go. 2 features. I mean, there are a handful more, but those are the big ones.
Yep. There's like 2, I think, enterprise-related features that I'm going to write up for Petri, and then
Yeah.
But they're
I think
again
it
very minor.
searches. There's like a file search thing where it searches OneDrive, even if it's not synced to your PC. You know,
Like it's
a brutal 3-month of testing, and I think we've nailed this one.
yeah, it's going to come out and just wreak havoc, and then it'll be all right back.
It would
to
be
where it
funny if this one thing caused problems, right? I mean, and not funny and like haha funny, but just weird. But I think it's going to go pretty damn smooth.
That's the hope, right? That's the hope.
Yeah.
So, what else is happening? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Disney Plus finally started working, so that's all taken care of, I think.
Yeah, that's expected.
Yeah, it was fine. Minecraft Earth, if you're in the US, you can now, I think, get some of that, at least early access bits. So
Yeah, apparently it actually launched earlier in some other countries.
yeah,
Which was an interesting about face for those of us who live in the United States and are used to getting Microsoft stuff first. But yeah, it's available in early access. I think it's going to be, if you're on iOS, it's going to be really tough to get on that because iOS limits the number of people can be on a beta, et cetera, et cetera. But
yep,
Android, I believe it's just wide open.
yep. All right, you got anything else for today, Mr. Paul?
Nope. I guess not. I don't know. No, probably not. This is the second day in a row we've done this really early, so I'm a little out of it still.
Yep.
We'll see what the day brings.
Yeah, like tomorrow, I'm assuming Microsoft's going to open savings and loans all over across the country, or at least rumor it. I look forward to that.
Can't wait to get the Google card. My life will be complete.
But if it's like, I was going to say it's going to be like the Google Fi card. I don't even know how they would make it different.
Google Fi card would be pretty nice.
But what would it do, though? Like,
it would just give you reward points back toward your bill. I would, if I used a Google Fi rewards card, like I would always have like a negative $1,000 balance, you know. It's like they're paying me to use the card.
that would be interesting.
It's an idea.
It is an idea. Here's another idea. You can click that Smart Deploy link down below. You like that transition? Yep. You can grab that free offer. It's exclusive. smartdeploy.com/therat. We should be back tomorrow, same time. Well, maybe not even same time, but same people at least. And hopefully same location.
Rather disappointing.
It'd be great if, like, Samuel Jackson was just here one day instead of me. Just
right. Just ragging on me the entire time.
wouldn't it be hard? Wouldn't it be hard? That's all I'm saying.
I did like the transition.
It was good. I thought so too.